Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. Now, for the past 6 months, every time Siddaramaiah was asked about speculation over the Karnataka Chief Minister post, he would just say that he would step down when the High Command asked him to. Now, behind this assertion was probably a belief that Rahul Gandhi, the leader of the opposition in Lok Sabha, would not clear a change of guard in the southern state. But what did Rahul Gandhi do? He made a clear decision that Siddaramaiah would step down, DK Shivakumar would be the next chief minister of Karnataka. Similarly, Rahul Gandhi took some tough decisions in Kerala. Forget the long feud, the political feud which played out for days, but ultimately it was the people's man, V.D. Satheesan, who became the chief minister. It seems, and people have already started discussing the fact that probably Rahul Gandhi has burnt his fingers for long, and now he has taken some strict lessons from what happened in Rajasthan between Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot. Now, what everyone right now is discussing, and in fact, many say that Congress insiders also are surprised over this agility of Rahul Gandhi's decision making over the past couple of months. Now, first, Congress walked out of its long alliance with the DMK in Tamil Nadu. Then he joined hands with actor-politician Vijay's TVK, which stunned many within the Congress itself. So is Rahul Gandhi really shifting gears? And what could really happen in the days to come, or rather in the months to come? Is that what we are going to discuss today? Joining me this evening is political commentator, veteran journalist, and author Neerja Chaudhary. Neerja, thank you so much for joining. And a lot of things are happening around us, whether it's CBSE scam or whether it's the NEET paper leak, or it is the emergence of the Cockroach Janata Party. Today only, Abhijit Dipke has announced that he is returning to India on 6th, where he is going to stage a peaceful protest along with the youths of the country. He's urged all the students to come and collect at a point for a peaceful protest. Now, we do not know how this is all going to shape up. But talking about Congress, what Congress is planning to do you think that Rahul Gandhi really has changed the tactics in the way he's been dealing with the old veterans of the Congress?
Look, there have been signs that Rahul Gandhi has been more flexible in his decision making in the case of Kerala CM choice, as well as the change of guard in Karnataka, than in the past. Now, I think it's been a more consultative process, again, than in the past. The High Command may be comprising 5 people, which is Rahul Gandhi, LOP, KC Venugopal, General Secretary in charge of organization, Mallikarjun Kharge, the party president, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, General Secretary, and Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. I think as far as Karnataka was concerned, these five seem to be involved. And Priyanka Gandhi was in favor of DK Shivakumar taking over at this time. So was Mallikarjun Kharge, who DKS had been seeing over the months, and as also Sonia Gandhi. Remember Sonia Gandhi when DKS was imprisoned in 2019 around an ED case against him. She had gone to jail to visit him, which was a very unusual thing to do. And that was seen as a sign of appreciation for all that he had done for the party, the troubleshooting, the fund mobilization, the backroom boy, effective backroom boy that he was, and helping the party to win last time round. He played a very key role, as we all know. So these 3 were for DKS. As far as Siddaramaiah continuing, Rahul Gandhi was for him, and also KC Venugopal. That is what from all accounts we hear. Now, Rahul Gandhi was mindful of the fact that Siddaramaiah is not only an old socialist, but is an OBC face, a tall leader, a mass leader, and he had crafted this alignment, Ahinda, which is OBCs, Dalits, and minorities, which has stood the Congress in good stead. Remember when Devraj Urs was the chief minister in the 70s of Karnataka, he had also similarly crafted an alignment of these three communities, which is the OBCs, minorities, and Dalits. And it is this axis that had led to the victory of Indira Gandhi in a pie poll in 1978 from the constituency of Chikmagalur. And she had lost her elections in 1977 after the emergency. In this bypoll, she won, and that was the beginning of her comeback. So Devraj Urs had crafted that. And so also Siddaramaiah had crafted a Hinda on similar lines. Now, Rahul Gandhi's politics being what it is constantly talking of the 90% that are not taken into account in the country. And he talks about the OBCs, the Dalits, the women, minorities. And and caste census is a short form. When it demands a caste census, it's a short form for this alliance at the ground level. So Siddaramaiah's being an OBC face was in sync with Rahul Gandhi's national politics. And I think he let him continue longer than the 2.5 years, which was the arrangement from all accounts that the party high command had come to with both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, that one will lead for the first 2.5 years and the second will lead the government for the next 2.5 years. So 2.5 years came and went, but this transition did not take place. Till now, it is going to take place. DKS is going to take over the Chief Minister of Karnataka on June 3. So Rahul Gandhi's change of heart, what you talk about, that repeatedly Siddaramaiah used to say, the moment the High Command asks me, I will quit. And now the High Command did ask him. Rahul Gandhi himself.
Does it mean, that's a very interesting turn of events in Congress, but does it mean that there were multiple high command centers in Congress, but now is it becoming increasingly clear that Rahul Gandhi is the new high command and he's the high command? Has he exhibited?
I would not read it like that. I would read it as Rahul Gandhi more flexible, Rahul Gandhi more consultative with the people that I talked mentioned, the 4 or 5 people who now I see as constituting the High Command, and they've had a very weighty input into this decision making. And I would also see it as, the writing on the wall. Siddaramaiah had said he's not going to fight the next election. He may be an OBC chehra, but he's not going to fight the next election. He's now almost 78. DK Shivakumar, who has eyed this post for the last more than 2 decades, it's been his dream to occupy this position. If you put him there, a younger man, of course, he does not have the kind of mass following that Siddaramaiah has. He is a Vocaliga leader. Vocaligas are a very important community, but Vocaligas have also been followers of the JDS headed by Devagowda, his former prime minister, and Kumaraswamy, his son, who was also chief minister, who is an ally of the BJP in Karnataka, and is in the union ministry now, Kumaraswamy. But so it's not as if there are a huge number of communities behind DKS. But he is known to be a go-getter. He's a troubleshooter. He's a fantastic organizer. He's a fantastic fund collector. And the calculation may have been, if you put him in power now, a fresh face midway into the term, you will dilute the anti-incumbency that is building up now, number one. Number two, given the kind of enthusiasm, that's a weak word, that he would have. He would not just want to be in power for 2 years of the remaining term. The elections are due in 2028. He will do his utmost. He will pull out all stops to get another term, because this has been his dream. And he's going to try and motivate people, incentivize his team. Therefore, in all likelihood, you will see that drive, that killer instinct, the enthusiasm to come back to power, which might have been missing in Siddaramaiah, this is his second term as CM. He's been twice leader of the opposition. So that kind of a drive, of course, at this age may not be there. That could have been the calculation of the High Command.
No, but this question around factionalism, now whether it was in Karnataka, whether it was in Kerala, and now we'll see another round which already exists and exists abundantly in Punjab, and Punjab is going to polls next year. So do you think that now he's actually taking the problem by the horns, where he's addressing this factionalism issue? It might have its own implications as well. People might leave, or because everybody would not be happily agreeing like K.C. Venugopal, like what he did in the case of Kerala. Or for that matter, here Siddaramaiah has been assured of a senior role and a central role in the party. And therefore now the transition becomes smooth in Karnataka. But not that the experiment will succeed everywhere. What do you have to say about Punjab, the way the factionalism exists there?
Punjab is a critical state for the Congress. Congress is on the upswing. There is anti-incumbency against the Aam Aadmi Party, though they won the local elections very convincingly, almost won half the seats. So it's not going to be easy, but certainly the Congress is the rising force. Now, the BJP has shown signs of showing an interest in Punjab. You got the feeling earlier on that they'd probably written off Punjab. It's a state where they're the least popular. At least that's what their people say. And when you go through Punjab, you come across this opinion, largely because of the farmers' agitation, which went on for a year. Now, so the BJP may try and break the Aam Aadmi Party. They've already taken away 7 of its Rajya Sabha MPs. They've merged in the BJP. So whether they will try and do that with the legislature party, will they also speed up the talks that they've been having with the Akali Dal behind the scenes? Well, will they emerge as a factor? So making the fight a triangular one, and how does that affect everybody? Does it hurt the Congress more because it would cut into the anti-incumbency vote? Or and therefore give the advantage to the Aam Aadmi Party? We don't know. But certainly the BJP would not want the Congress to come to power in Punjab, but the Congress does have a chance. But yes, you're absolutely right. Factionalism is something that really the Congress has to contend with, deal with. But Rahul Gandhi, I would say yes. He has shown greater flexibility, but also firmness, both in Karnataka as well as, he was for K.C. Venugopal taking over in Kerala. Priyanka was for Priyanka and others, even Mrs. Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, and A.K. Antony, the old war horse, who advised them go by the ground opinion. And the ground opinion favors V.D. Satishan, who was the face of the fight against the left front. Therefore, he showed the flexibility to go for Satishan. But also they showed a unity at the apex level. The decision-making coterie or group that you can call it, high command, they were all on the same page in the final analysis. And I think that has gone to help Rahul, that flexibility that Rahul is showing now.